decided to do a thing, basically milk, it does the body good. Milk has actually been linked to a lot of things people don't know a lot about. Many types of diseases, allergies, and animal abuse. The reason I started learning about this stuff and why I know is I lived with a vet for a few years, and it was mostly while she was finishing her school, so she was always in the books, and I was getting all the information as well. And she used to have to go out to a lot of the dairy farms and stuff and look at the what they were going through and help with all that. So I got to hear about it all firsthand, and that's how I actually learned about all this. So, let's see here. 60% of adults can't digest milk. No other species but humans can drink milk after childhood. And in fact, most humans actually can't drink cow's milk even when they are children. Lactase is the enzyme that is needed to digest milk properly. Most humans stop producing the enzyme needed to break down milk and digest the main sugar, which is known as lactose, between the ages of 2 and 5 years old. Being able to digest milk as an adult is actually considered a weird genetic adaptation, and it actually should never have occurred normally. Less than 40% of people in the entire world retain the ability to digest lactose after childhood. This is just a quick little list of some of the allergies and diseases. Dairy products can play a role in the development of things such as asthma, mucus production, diabetes, heart disease, and osteoporosis, a number of things. 50% of all U.S. children are allergic to cow's milk. And basically you have to just understand that cow's milk is designed for the needs of calves, and we simply have adapted to drinking another animal's milk for whatever reason. Processed foods, we all know, are not really the greatest thing. And the recent organics and everything are kind of steering away from it, but milk is actually now a processed food. The process alters the milk's chemistry, and it's done for many reasons, but the biggest reason is obviously profitability. By altering it, they can put longer shelf life on it, allowing for, they can ship further distances and more quantity and have less spoiled product and all that stuff. But however, the process that they do to the milk is also unbeneficial to the consumer. Processing milk removes and strips away many of the rich nutrients that is found in milk and destroys a lot of the beneficial bacteria that you would get from natural milk. Also, cows, it's a known thing that they're given a lot of antibiotics and hormones to increase their production of milk, which does get filtered down into the milk. So there's tests somewhat on it, but basically the hormone that's given to cows, if consumed by humans, can increase blood levels of insulin, which is not really good. Then it takes us to, outside of the milk itself, the cows. Modern dairying methods are cruel to cows and place a burden on the environment for a number of reasons. Cows are continually artificially inseminated to give birth in order to constantly be able to produce milk. Cows, don't actually just produce milk. They, just like us, have to be pregnant and then give birth, and so they keep them constantly pregnant because they only do it for a few months. On top of that, like I said before, they are pumped with hormones that increases the amount of time that they will produce milk and the amount of milk that they can produce than otherwise they would normally produce. And basically more dairy farms, the more dairy cows get put through this to produce the demand for dairy, which is just our demand for milk, so they have to go through that. And let's see, the next thing that's kind of outside of that, if none of that bothers you enough, this is a sad fact. Because female cows are constantly being pregnant, they're also constantly giving birth to calves. So as a byproduct of the dairy industry, most of the male calves, when they're born, are taken to veal farms where they are confined to tight spaces to restrict movement and muscle growth, which keeps the meat tender. If any of you are familiar with veal, it's that's what it is. Veal is typically made from male calves of dairy cow breeds. Another interesting fact of this is that just a point to note that just the veal industry that these dairy farmers are getting alone brings in over $250 million a year to their industry. So you have to kind of question, if that's not a little motive or not. So just to conclude, why do you drink milk? After taking a look at some of this information, you can ask yourself really what are the true benefits of drinking milk, and do they outweigh the negative costs? You're drinking something that's unnatural for you to be drinking as an adult human being. Most of what nutrients are good about milk are actually stripped out of it before you consume it. And if you think about cows are constantly going through being pregnant and giving birth. And there are many great alternatives with far superior nutrition, actually, that can be used in place of cow's milk. We just are taught that milk does the body good, and that's what you get it from. So, I encourage you guys to try some alternatives. All the nutrients that milk provides are available from other sources, like anything from legumes to a whole source of vegetables and different varieties. But direct replacements as far as milk go, there's almond milk, rice milk, soy milk. I didn't list everything from all, I just put the one for almond, but just an interesting thing, almond milk contains 50% more calcium. You can get it as low as 35 calories a serving, no saturated fat, no cholesterol, all the vitamins and minerals you need, and